Are you a freelancer who's wondering if you're charging enough for your services? In my recent survey, a significant number of you expressed uncertainty over your hourly rates. So could it be that you're in fact undervaluing your skills and time, and now you might be risking burnout, client dissatisfaction, and even stunting the growth of your freelance business? In this video, I'm going to share with you the 5 signs that your freelancing hourly rate might be set too low. What I'd like you to do is take these signs and then honestly evaluate your current situation to see if you need to make any changes. When you're passionate about what you do, motivation comes naturally. You wake up excited to start your day, eager to tackle the tasks at hand. But if you're finding it hard to muster up the energy to work, it might not be a lack of passion or drive, but rather a reflection of your compensation. Consider this: you're an expert in your field, you've owned your skills, and you've provided a valuable service to your client. But despite all this, you're feeling unmotivated. Why? Because your hourly rate might not be reflecting the value you're providing. When your rate is too low, it can feel like you're not being adequately rewarded for your services and your efforts. This can lead to a decrease in motivation, as you might feel like you're putting in a lot of work but not receiving enough in return. It's like running a marathon without a finish line in sight. No matter how much you love running, without a clear goal or reward, it's hard to keep going. Moreover, a low hourly rate can also lead to feelings of resentment. You might start to resent your client for not paying you what you're worth, or even resent the work itself. This resentment can further drain your motivation, making it even harder to stay focused and productive. So how can you tell if your lack of motivation is due to your low hourly rate? Start by evaluating your feelings towards your work. Are you excited about your projects, or do you dread them? Do you feel satisfied after completing a task, or do you feel like it wasn't worth your time? Next, consider your financial situation. Are you struggling to make ends meet despite working consistently? If you're putting in the hours but still not earning enough, it's a clear sign that your rate might be too low. Finally, think about how you feel about your clients. Do you feel valued and respected, or do you feel like you're being taken advantage of? If it's the latter, it could be because your low rate is creating a perception that your work isn't worth much. It can also be that the clients that you're getting aren't the types of quality clients that you should be getting. You're not just selling your services, you're running a business. And like any business, your income needs to cover your expenses and leave room for profit. If you're finding it hard to pay your bills, save for the future, or invest back into your business despite working full-time hours, it's a clear sign that your rate might be too low. You're putting in the hours, delivering high-quality work, and meeting your deadlines, but at the end of the month, you're barely scraping by. Moreover, struggling financially can also impact the quality of your work. When you're worried about money, it's hard to focus on your tasks. You might find yourself rushing through projects to take on more work, which can lead to mistakes and lower quality output. This can harm your reputation and make it even harder to increase your rate in the future. So how can you tell if your financial struggles are due to our low hourly rate? Start by evaluating your income and expenses. Are you earning enough to cover your costs and leaving room for savings and investments? If not, it's a clear sign that your rate might be too low. Next, consider your workload. Are you working full-time hours or even overtime but still not making ends meet? If you're putting in the hours but not seeing the financial results, it's time to reassess your rate. Finally, think about the quality of your work. Are you rushing through tasks to take on more work? Are you making mistakes due to stress or lack of focus? If so, it could be a sign that you're not charging enough for your services. It's important to charge a rate that not only covers your expenses but also reflects the value of your work. Remember, you're running a business and you deserve to be compensated fairly for your services. As a freelancer, your time is the most valuable asset that you have. You're working early mornings, late nights, and even weekends. You're always on the clock, always hustling, but at the end of the day, your bank account doesn't reflect all that hard work you've put in. This is not only frustrating but also unsustainable in the long run. If you're constantly working, it leaves little time for rest and relaxation. You might find yourself feeling exhausted, stressed, and even resentful towards your work, like I mentioned before. This can harm your productivity and creativity, and in the worst case scenario, it can even lead to serious health issues. So, how can you tell if your long working hours are due to low hourly rates? Start by evaluating your workload. Are you constantly working overtime to make ends meet? Next, consider your work-life balance. Are you able to take time off for rest and relaxation, or are you always on the clock? If you're constantly working and still not earning enough, it's a clear sign that, again, your rate is too low. Finally, think about your health and well-being. Are you feeling stressed, exhausted, or even burnt out? If so, it could be a sign, again, that you're overworking due to a low hourly rate. As a freelancer, your rate is not just a number, it's a reflection of the value you provide. If clients don't value your work or take your advice, it could be because your low rate is creating a perception that your work is of low value. This can be frustrating and demoralizing. It's like being a chef in a 5-star restaurant, but the customer customers don't appreciate the quality of the food you're serving. A low value perception can also impact your business growth. When clients don't value your work, they're less likely to refer you to others or hire you for future projects. This can limit your opportunities and hinder your business growth in the long run. Start evaluating your client interactions. Do clients respect your expertise? Do they take your advice? Or do they dismiss you and your suggestions and undervalue your work? If it's the latter, it can be a clear sign that your rate is too low. Next, consider your clients' retention and referral rates. Are clients hiring you for repeat projects and referring you to other clients, or are they moving on to other freelancers after a single project? If you're struggling to retain clients and get referrals, it could be because your rate is too low. Finally, think about your reputation in the industry. Are you known as a high quality provider, or are you seen as a cheap option, bottom of the barrel kind of solution provider? When you're not able to stay up to date with the latest trends, tools, and techniques in your field, it can affect your ability to deliver the best service to your clients. This can harm your reputation and make it even harder to increase your rate in the future. Finally, think about the quality of your work. Are you able to deliver the best service to your clients, or are you limited by the lack of resources and training? Remember, your business is valuable and you deserve to be compensated fairly for your services. It's not about earning enough to get by. It's about valuing your skills, your time, and the quality of work you provide. If you're experiencing any of these signs, it might be time to reassess your rates and consider an increase. I highly recommend that you start investing in your and your team's professional development, which will help you justify higher rates without feeling like you're overcharging. Another thing that's going to help you with your freelance business is making sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications by hitting the bell icon. Details for coaching, if you want to work with me, are in the description below. Also, I'm leaving another helpful video here for you at the end, so check out that video and I'm going to see you right there.